everybody, it's Jeff, Aromatics, back with another pipe tobacco review. Speaking of pipe tobacco reviews, not too long ago everybody was doing their year-end best of 2022, top fives, etc. And for fun, I was actually going to do a video saying top 0 pipe tobaccos for 2022, just because, not that there wasn't any great tobaccos to smoke, there just wasn't anything new that interested me. I was thinking to myself for a long time, I haven't done any, there hasn't been really any interesting tobaccos for me to review, and that's really because there wasn't anything that came out to me that was interesting. A lot of new red Virginias and crumble cakes, a couple of Englishes that didn't sound too interesting, but just not too long ago, Sutliff had another crumble cake, and I'm thinking, another crumble cake from Sutliff. Not really that interested. But then I noticed that it had some Rustica in it and some Burley in Virginia. It sounded like an interesting blend, and that is the Crumble Cake number 5, barrel-aged series Rustica. Now, I did like the last Rustica-based blend that came from McBaron, and I thought, well, this sounds like something, I can pick up, grab a tin and see what I think. Give me something to review, and maybe I'll find it interesting. So I loaded up my homemade bamboo pipe. We'll get to smoking it here in a minute. So what it basically is I'll read the description for you. Sun cured to retain the leaf's natural sugar, Rustica is joined by zesty Virginias and nutty Burleys before being aged in a bourbon barrel. Finally, it is pressed into a crumble cake, mellowing and melding the bold mixture. With full body and flavor, Sutliff Crumble Cake number 5 delivers a rich smoking experience. Well, I usually find that Sutliff tobaccos are not usually rich. Their English blends are okay because Latakia, it's kind of hard to mix Latakia in a blend and not have some sort of strength, but everything else they have is usually on the mellower side. So we'll see how this measures up. So it is a crumble cake. I'll show you a little, just squished together. Oh, I can smell it from here. There's like 3 blocks stuck together and crumbling away in there. So it just breaks off like pretty easily. Now the smell, at first I thought fruity, and I forgot, the description was it was aged in a bourbon barrel. So now that I think of it, that's probably some of that bourbon. So you can smell kind of a fruity, slightly alcoholic, yeah, sort of. Actually, it sort of reminds me a little bit too of, like, I thought there's some dark fired in here. Although it doesn't say that, I wouldn't be surprised if there is. So I'm thinking Irish Flake, sort of kind of reminds me of that a little bit. If you've ever had Sterling Flake or Irish Flake, which is Burleys, Virginias, and dark fireds. So we got my pipe loaded up here, the old bamboo homemade pipe. So let's get it lit up and see what we're tasting. Whoop. So Rustica, for those of you who don't know, is a wild strain of tobacco that's different from our usual Tabacciana tabacum, like black tobacco. Actually, I think black tobacco is a cigar type of tobacco. Anyway, that's for another video. But it's supposed to be really potent in nicotine. It can be like 5 to 10 times the amount of nicotine. Although I have regular Rustica. There's different strains of it, but the strain that I have is pretty mellow. It's not that strong. Kind of reminds me of a floral, sweet, kind of a burley. I'd compare it mostly to a burley. So, okay. The first thing that really struck me was, I was thinking, is that orange zest? It's got this really zesty, tangy, kind of a honey lemon kind of essence. It's not like a lemon topping. It's just that sharpness from that tobacco and probably the bourbon that's coming through that gives it that lemon zest. It's a little bit tricky to stay lit. It comes in a good moisture, although I still dry it out a little more. Because I like my tobacco on the dry side. But what do you know? There's strength there. This is actually a strong Sutliff tobacco, but it's well mannered. It's not harsh. Just doesn't want to stale it. So I'm getting that kind of a zesty, you know, lemon, honey lemon. There's a little bit of that, like if honey lemon tea. There's a little bit of maybe a cigar-y type thing, you know, just a little bit. It's not like too cigar-y, but there's a little bit of that kind of full richness there. You can taste a little bit of those burleys. They're a little bit cocoa, earthy. If there's Virginias, they're probably they taste a little bit like a red, a little bit of tart and tangy. But I would definitely say it's a solid medium to medium full. As taste, the body and the strength actually is very pleasant, but very flavorful. I'm quite surprised. I like this. If you like the McBaron's Rustica, this is a little bit like that, but this is brighter, a little bit tangier, a little bit more flavor going on. It's not quite as dull. This is more of a bright flavor. I really like it. If you're a fan of the original Rustica, from McBaron, I think you might even like this better. I find that it's actually a little more flavorful, but not quite as strong. That one kind of, like, you could feel the strength in that one. This one, pretty good. So if you like full flavors and you like maybe dark fired, a little bit of that kind of sour burley kind of thing. If you're a burley lover, I would say this is definitely more on the burley side. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want this video to go too long. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Have any of you tried it? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you on my next video. Till then, Aromatics, signing out.